device thyristor, only one triggering pulse is required. So we trigger here. So immediately this, the magnitude is not actually this voltage is this, okay, not proportionally visible, but this supply voltage will appear at pi, right? At pi, voltage is 0, voltage is 0, current is 0. So the thyristor T1 turns up, okay. So this require only that the forward current fall below the holding current or reaches the holding current. Here the holding current is 0. So when this is conducting, so this voltage will appear positive, negative. At pi, this is off. Current 0 means this is off. All switches are off. So voltage remain 0 for some time till at pi plus alpha T2 is triggered. Okay, when T2 trigger again, the this T2 trigger means this is forward bias in the second half. So this again in the negative half cycle is positive, negative. Just 1 minute. Hello. Hello. So just see the current will not transfer here. Current was 0. So when these two start conducting in the second half at pi plus alpha, current will flow through T2 load D1 back to source. Okay. So again, this is positive and this is negative because AB, the polarity has reversed after pi. So just see the current here. In the first half, current enter here at A, T1, source D2, and back to source via point B. Okay. In and it is out here. Now, when these two are conducting, okay, this is in here and out here. That means the source current is alternating. This current, this will be negative, right? Same current waveform, but one half is negative, alternating. When the switch is conducting, voltage is 0. When it is not conducting, voltage, supply voltage will appear. As I told you, always apply KVL. So for these two are conducting, this is off, open circuit. This is open circuit. Just apply KVL to this closed loop. This is positive, this is negative. Anode to cathode will be negative. Okay. So here the source voltage and 0 it is because it is conducting. Here everything is open, so no voltage will appear. Circuit is not closed. So again, this source voltage, this voltage will appear up to this. When thyristor conducting, again it is 0. Right. So average voltage. Tell me. Yes, yes.
Sir, in the second half means when Vs is negative, then the current is not flowing through the thyristor 1. So why there is a voltage drop in the thyristor 1 in the second half?
Where is the voltage drop?
In sir, see the fourth curve.
This one. This is 0, 0.
Sir, fourth graph, VT1.
1, 2, 3. Fourth.
Yes, sir.
This one. VT1.
VT1. Voltage across thyristor 1. Yes, sir.
Where is the voltage drop?
In the second half, there should be no voltage drop, but there is negative voltage drop. This one, yes, sir.
Not voltage drop, voltage across. Voltage drop is different. Voltage drop is IR. Okay, electrical engineers, in our electrical engineering term, voltage drop means I into R, voltage drop. Okay, voltage across. Now, just see here. Here, which thyristor is conducting? T2.
Thyristor 2.
2 is conducting. Okay, and diode.
Diode 1.
D1, D1. Okay. As I told you, a switch is off means it is open circuit. I cannot draw here. This is open. Ideal switches, we have assumed that when they are conducting, it is short circuited, no forward resistance drop, and when it is not conducting, it is open. Open. You understand now? Now just apply. This is conducting. B is positive, A is negative, right? Just apply KVL here. Anode to cathode voltage is, this is negative, this is positive. Across the voltage, if you connect a CRO here, it is this voltage, source voltage will appear, right? It is not voltage drop, it is voltage across the switch thyristor. When it is conducting, it is 0. When it is conducting, it is 0. Here just T2, just see. Here T1 is conducting and T2 is off, so source voltage will appear. Here T2 is conducting, so voltage is 0. Okay. You got my point?
Yes,
or
sir.
Any doubt? It is not voltage drop. Voltage drop we have assumed 0 for simplicity. And holding current is 0. If it is okay, then we will move forward. It is okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This mathematics you do, average voltage, then average load current, DRMS, standard Fourier series, and as I told you, IRMS, IT average from that, and this IT average you get from the I naught load current average, because two set of pair are conducting the average load current, so it is I naught by 2 simply. Input power is input volt ampere. This V is the RMS of the source. Source voltage is sinusoidal. So if peak is Vm, this is V is Vm by root 2. This is the source current RMS. This is the source because waveform are same. So this power delivered to the load by input volt ampere is the input power factor. Okay. Now we'll go to the complex load. This please try to understand this circuit is a little complex. Okay. Now in the positive half cycle, T1 and D2 are forward bias. Just imagine the source voltage. This is A is positive, B is negative. So load current will flow through source A, T1, L, RL, D2, B, and back to source. Okay. So this positive, this is negative. Positive voltage will appear. Okay. This positive voltage. After pi, what is happening? After pi, voltage, source voltage is reverses. So A is negative, B is negative, positive. Now what happens? As I told you, there is a store energy here. This store energy has to be released in the second half. So when the inductor starts releasing energy, this current starts decreasing. And there is a voltage drop. L di by dt will reverse polarity, right? And you just imagine the current here is not 0, which is the holding current. So this thyristor will continue to conduct in the same direction. But diode D2 is reverse bias, so it will turn off. The only condition to turn off a diode is reverse bias voltage. So this will turn off. And now this is forward bias. So this will start conducting. Current will transfer from D2 to D1. Okay. So T1, L, R, D1, T1. Just see that the source is isolated here. There is an inherent freewheeling action. Right. T1 after pi, T1 continue to conduct because current is not 0 or it is not less than the holding current. So T1, L, R, T1. Okay. Inherent freewheeling. Right. So therefore, negative voltage is not appearing. Negative voltage is not appearing. And current, as I told you, RL load, we have solved the problem in the half-wave rectifier. You please remember, it has a transient component and a steady state component. So if you combine this, it will rise like this, exponentially reach a peak value and decrease like that. It's not reaching 0 in a complete cycle. So it is a continuous current because of the inductor. Right. So first half is okay. Now at pi plus alpha here, pi plus alpha we trigger T2. When T2 is triggered, it is in the negative half cycle. This is still forward bias. This was forward bias, but there was no gate pulse, so it was not conducting. So immediately when this gate pulse is applied, current transferred to T2. So now instead T1 will turn up and this current will flow through T2, T1. Now it will divert here. This will turn up. So here, 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 it will go. Again, the source voltage is positive, negative, because this terminal is positive in the and this negative. This will continue. Okay. Now at 2 pi, what happens? 2 pi, what happens after 2 pi? This is reverse bias and this is forward bias. So current will freewheel through this. Okay. So negative voltage will not appear like that. This is source current actually shown. Actually, till now any question? Mode 1, T1 and D2 are forward bias. T1 is triggered at alpha. Okay. Current will flow from source T1, LR, D2, B back to source. After pi, D2 is reverse bias, turn off. T1 is forward bias and turn on. Current in T1 is not 0, so it will continue to conduct because of the inductance. Voltage driving the thyristor and store energy in the inductor get dissipated in the circuit through a freewheeling path. So if the voltage drop in T1 and T2 is assumed to be 0, voltage across the load is 0. Between these 2 points, if you connect a CRO, you will get 0. At pi plus alpha, when it triggers T2, current will transfer from T1 to T2. So here, T2, L, RL, D1, back to source, T1, like that. After 2 pi, again the voltage reverses become positive. A is positive, B is negative. So this is reverse bias, this is forward bias. T2 continue to conduct because current is not less than holding current. So there is again freewheeling action, voltage 0, but current decrease. So this half up to this during freewheeling action, when these two are conducting, what is the source current? Anyone can answer. Someone answer, please. When a freewheeling action is taking place, only these two are conducting. What is the source current?
Inductor current.
Source current. Source current. Inductor current is load current because load current is freewheeling. Load current is freewheeling either this path or this path, first half cycle. So what is the source current? Tell me, there are 100 students. Actually, one tell me. Source current. This is freewheeling. Load current is freewheeling through T1 and D1. What is the source current? Not getting, I think, na? Simple circuit you apply. These two are conducting. Is the source current is there? Is there any source current during freewheeling action? Source current is isolated, na? So source current becomes zero. This is the circuit current path, right? Yes or no?
Right, sir.
This is the path. So current source current becomes zero during that period, right? So here it is zero. Actually, it is a ripple is not shown here. If the current is continuous, it will be like that. Actually, this current will be there. This current. This will be like this. Then during freewheeling action, zero. Then this current will appear in the second half. Okay. Just refer the book, it will be clear. This is drawn for a ripple free current. So when it is conducting, it is zero. During freewheeling action, voltage across the thyristors are zero. When they are not conducting, voltage across them is the source voltage. So this circuit has the advantage of inherent freewheeling action. Okay. Inherent freewheeling action. Right. So during that period, voltage across the load is zero, and the stored energy in the inductor will dissipate through this freewheeling diode. So the average voltage Vm by pi alpha to pi. It is Vm by pi 1 plus cos alpha. Load current is V naught by RL. Average thyristor current I naught by 2. Vt RMS 1 by Vm sin omega t square that you derive. Okay. Let's note down these things. Have you drawn the waveform? You draw the waveform. Okay. One more thing, one more question you take. At what point the peak will appear? Peak of the current will appear. At pi or just before pi? Okay. That question, that answer will get from the equation. Vm sin omega t is equal to I naught RL plus L di naught by dt. At what point that is a peak, then start decreasing. At what point the peak will reach. Just at pi or just before pi. The peak will appear just before pi because at pi voltage is 0. And at peak, d I naught by dt is 0. So you just note down this waveform. This alternating, this source current is the reflection of the load current, except that during freewheeling action it is 0. Because source is not connected during freewheeling. Yes. Finish. This voltage is nothing but this derived from the source voltage. Okay, derived from the source voltage. This portion is here up to pi. Then T1 is conducting 0. Then from here it is appearing, right? This magnitude seems to be little less, so that is the only problem. Otherwise,
sir, please explain the application of gate signal.
explain the gate signal.
Application of gate signal. Yes, yes.
Arey baapre, where it was taught in the second
No, sir,
class.
means here in different times, how when it is applied and when it is off.
Here it is applied at pi alpha is applied to T1. At pi plus alpha, gate pulse is applied to T2. Then again at 2 pi plus alpha. Okay, then at 3 pi plus alpha again T2. So here T1 alternately T2, T1, T2. Okay.
Okay.
Now imagine if it is diode. Suppose it is diode. So what will happen? Gate pulse is not required, right? So all this voltage will appear, right? All this voltage. But we are controlling. This is control rectifier. So we are controlling the voltage. Alpha is controlled. Therefore, this average voltage can be controlled. Alpha, you vary alpha, average voltage will change, and speed of the motor will change. That is the concept of control rectifier. And if you apply closed loop, automatically this alpha will change with respect to the load variation and speed, right? Yes. Any more question? Waveform very important. You understand? Try to understand this. And RL circuit current derivation we have done in the half wave circuit. So there is no need to repeat all these things. The instantaneous voltage is Vm sin omega t is equal to I naught RL plus L di naught by dt, right? So from initial condition we derive the constant A and an instantaneous equation for the current. Okay. And what I told you, at what point the peak will, just 1 minute. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. नहीं नहीं गोटे क्लास नौची कहतु okay. So at what just before pi the peak will appear. Okay, the peak then start decreasing because at peak means it is maximum current. So dl di not by dt is 0, right? So at that point applied voltage is equal to the resistive drop, right? So V naught is equal to root 2 by Vm by pi. This is Vm. This is this. You derive this. Okay. Now we'll replace this instead of here it is wrong. This waveform is not correct. Okay, this is 0. Actually, instead of inherent freewheeling, if you connect a freewheeling diode here, this is for RLE load. RLE load. I have not shown it for freewheeling diode. With freewheeling diode, what happened? Okay, here if I connect a freewheeling diode, okay, what will happen? Here there is a freewheeling diode. Now the current was freewheeling through two devices. One of them is a reverse bias. So this was providing a very high impedance path. Okay, RL, D1, T1. Okay. So instead of the current flowing through a high resistive path, high impedance path, it will flow through a very low resistance diode. Okay. Voltage drop will be less. Imagine a diode connected here. It will provide a very because it is forward bias. Forward bias by the induced voltage of the inductor because it is negative, it is positive. So it is forward bias. This forward bias voltage, this will forward bias the freewheeling diode. So it will provide a very low resistance path. The current will flow through the diode instead of this long path, right? So all the waveform remains same, almost same, except that because there is no voltage drop, so current magnitude may be slightly better here. Okay, that is the only, or else the analysis are all same. Acha, for half wave rectifier, I have taught you RLE load.
No, sir.
No. Okay. Then I missed that one. Okay, so this much is fine today. RLE load, I will teach you in the half wave rectifier. Okay. I can ask some more question because it is a complicated circuit. For newcomers, it is a bit. You have to apply your thought to understand these things. Apply your brain a little bit. Current, this thyristor reverse bias, still it is not turned up because the current is not less than holding current. So there is an inherent freewheeling action. And diode, no need to apply gate loss because there is no gate here for a diode. Only it required a forward bias to conduct and a reverse bias to turn off. Right? Anything else? Let me check half wave. Oh. Okay. It was not full screen. Nobody told. Early load was not there. So I have to prepare the note for that. Anyway, so this was today, resistive load, RL load, and a freewheeling diode. Half wave, full wave, half control rectifier. Okay. Any more question? Why it is half control? Because there is no negative voltage, so only motoring. Only motoring. There is no regeneration. Okay. Okay, then we'll leave. Tomorrow you ask some more question. Ready?
Yes.
Ready, Nayak, Manish Kumar Dora. He is not present. Abhijit Das, Abhijit Reddy, Abhijit Nayak.
Yes, sir.
Present, sir.
Sir, present.
I-
Abhijit Das present.
Sir, Abhi Reddy was present, sir.
I will take surprise attendance, and then one class means -5. Please remember. Today I am not taking the. So I will take surprise attendance. One class minus means it is -5. Please note down. Please record it.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir,
Good.
sir,
Good. Any question, I will be very happy to discuss because I am feeling bored just shouting. Tell me.
Sir,
Swarup,
sir,
tell me.
one day you have given us a question in the last of the class to find the voltage drop across parallel combination and power distributed by current sharing resistance.
Series connection.
Parallel
I
connection.
forgot.
Parallel connection.
That you solve. Did you solve it? No.
Sir, I think the data was not sufficient. Means.
Okay. Then I will solve it and then we'll discuss in this next class. I forgot the question. Okay. And some latching current problem also I had given, no?
That was okay.
That was okay. This parallel combination I will check and will tell you. And
Yes.
also this rectifier also will solve some problem. Then slowly we'll move because you will take time to understand, but you keep on asking question so that it will be interesting for me also. Okay then, bye.